Okay, man. How about this technology, huh? How about this technology? Now, one thing too. Again, whoever's shooting this video, you look at the top right. Um, it looks like he's way over to the left. It is just a little, but Mike's he plays the ball back in the stance a little bit, and that helps him play a draw. All right, I can't remember quite where we had your ball position, but just remember to play a draw, you want it back a little bit, so you're still swinging out on the circle. Okay, so that's kind of what this pattern is set up to do. But what I want you to do when we play Mike's swing over here on the left, I want you to really pay attention to how he keeps his arms straight. This is the essential flying wedge drill. Okay. He's not really recocking the wrist. Well, in fact, next time I see you, we're gonna quiet that down. Now, we're still going to take P7 and carry it to P8, just without so much of the recocking. We want to focus on keeping that angle. If you look very closely, you'll see just how he keeps that flying wedge. And in fact, he actually even has a little bow on the other side, right there about where his Rolex. He loves to play with his Rolex on it. Mike Bennett didn't even graduate from high school. He kind of came from the other side of the tracks. He tried to play professionally for a long time, and I think it's probably more of a mental thing. He didn't quite have it. He's a real happy-go-lucky. Reminds me of Garth from Wayne's World. In fact, that's what he sounds like when he talks. So that's huge. We got to really work on from P3, which is here, to P8, building this bottom, P3 to P8. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to play Mike's swing through its speed up here at the top right. It's kind of jerky a little bit, but you'll see how he's really into his left side. Doesn't have a very long swing. Impact, straight arms. I mean, that's just as subtle and easy, compact as a golf swing gets. That's why I think your swing is really, I mean, you're built to make the same move. Now the thing that you're going to see, watch these, what we call Elvis legs. Watch how they collapse. And for a big tall guy like you, that's disaster. You can't do that. Look how your weight on your right foot. See how it gets out to the outside? Alright, so let's just stop at P1. You're in pretty good shape. Excuse me, P2. You're in pretty good shape at P2. Alright, that's when the shaft's parallel the ground. But notice how his right knee is starting to bend, and his left knee is starting to bend, and his right knee is starting to straighten out. Okay, so when he gets to P3, okay, you can really see it. Right leg straightening, left knee bending. Okay, so and this is where, look at your left knee. Look how it kicks back away from the target. Okay, so and that's because your weight is so far on your right side. We gotta keep it. I mean, you can get some weight into that right hip, but you're still pivoting around the left leg. And then we can see also your hands move over the top of the plane steeply. See, and right here, the shoulders and hips really aren't moving rotationally, and the arms are racing away. So now, look where you are now. You got all of these angles. See all those different angles, and look how straight Mike keeps his arms. That's most of that shaft. The shaft's really not bending like that. That's a product of the high-speed video. It's a latency thing, I think is the term. that's not what's happening. It is a little bit, but not to that extreme. As you can see right here, you can't tell from this angle, but he's got a nice angle on his right wrist right there. So he keeps those arms straight. All right. And then look at yours. Yours is literally like a rope with slack. All the slacks come out of it. Or there's a lot of slack in it, excuse me. See how they collapse? And you got to keep them extended, turning, turning, turning. Come on off that right foot, man. Watch how Mike, watch it, extension, extension, extension. Now that right foot kind of just rolls right up on the toe. See, his arms are still straight here. Look at yours. And the reason that's important is because you have a line of compression. It's just like if you started twirling that rope, and as long as the inside is turning the out, as long as the dog is wagging the tail, you're in good shape. But what happens is when the tail starts to wag the dog and it starts to go faster, then it all breaks down. It breaks down. Can't have that. All right. So that's going to be our big focus. Let's go back to the left here. You know what? I'm going to make one more video and send it to you. And that'll be our big focus.